Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is the Captain speaking here on Captain Clyde's MTG. And boy, did I wake up to a surprise. Everybody is talking about Lord of the Rings cards that were leaked onto the internet. In quotation marks, quote unquote, leaked. Anyway, what they're saying is this is from a promo sheet found in the trash, just like the cards in the landfill, quote unquote. But anyway, before we get started, don't forget to subscribe. Try and get to 1,000 peeps to stay up to date on all the news. So let's get into what kind of cards we found that might be in Lord of the Rings. So, in the world of Reddit, here is what we found. Now, notice here, it shows it all tore up. Supposedly, this is from a foil sheet. I mean, it actually looks legit to some degree. Um, it's got the right markings and everything. I like how it's got the triangle down here, not the typical mark. So maybe it is correct. As you can tell, this is clearly going to be Golem. I like the set symbol. It's not as cool as I thought it would be, but it doesn't seem to look too bad. I actually do think it's not pretty kind of nice. Now, with that said, bear with me. I went through and among from everything from Google Translate to people giving me ideas online or what people have posted online of what they think these translations are. I've summed them up to the best of my ability, meaning that it's probably going to be wrong because Google Translate sucks and I'm bad at being a detective. But we're going to give it a try anyway. So, what we have here, it looks like this is Golem. I think it's a conspirator. I think he's a halfling horror here is what it's supposed to say. Obviously, he's a 2/1. Um, this refers to something along the lines of when you attack. Now I'm gonna put it in kind of text you'll probably see on a Magic card. When you attack, you'll look at the top two cards of your library, and they go back on top of your library in any order. You then get to ask the opponent. I think it's a opponent. So like if you play in Commander, you can pick who you want and ask them to pick land or non-land. So basically, there's two choices. The opponent then picks. If they pick the correct card, you have to remove Golem from combat, and then that's it. And if they guess wrong, then you get to draw a card, and Golem becomes unblockable. Now, I think somewhere in here is probably the text that says you have to reveal the card because who's gonna know if you're not cheating, quote unquote, if you don't reveal the card? And I didn't find that in there, but I'm sure somewhere in this text there should be a reveal the card guess. Maybe it's at the bottom. It says then reveal the card. But anyway, now with that said, you can notice here you can't see how much this card costs. I'm going to give you my 2 cents on how much this card costs. Since it's a 2/1, I'm going to say this card costs 1 black mana. And you may be thinking to yourself, whoa, 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 Clyde, that's way too good. True. However, have you seen Ragavan lately? It's a red card, it's a 2/1 for 1 red, has haste. You get to exile your opponent's top card, plus it gives you a treasure. Then you can cast their card for free for that turn. Yeah, this seems way less powerful, doesn't have haste. This is very easily a 1 black 2/1 with these abilities. Because also remember, this isn't a standard card, it's going straight into modern and older formats. And when you compare to that, I mean, it's not as good as Ragavan. Now, also with that said, I would hope to God it's not true, because then you're going to have a whole bunch of black-red Golem Ragavan decks running around with halfling horrors and pirate monkeys bitch slapping the shit out of you when you play your games. But anyway, yeah, just my 2 cents. It is a legendary creature. Then again, so Ragavan. Anyway, there you have it. Moving on. So, we do have another card to look at. In this part of the sheet, we have Aragorn and Arwen. I can't read the last part. Um, let's get the first thing out of the way. Yes, Aragorn's black. Lots of people online are upset about it, way more than me. I'm not so much upset as more as I'm just disappointed at this woke nonsense that they must just change everything for what their idea of inclusion is. It's whatever. I honestly don't care, but let's not change the characters away from what the characters were wrote from because that's just silly. But if you think I got an opinion about it, boy, you ought to see the internet and Reddit. Woo boy. Anyway, so you can see here it's a white, green, and 4 colorless. We have a 3/6. Again, me, my detective skills, and Google Translate, for what it's worth, is going to try to tell you what this says. So, obviously this is vigilance. That's the easy part. It says whenever this card enters the battlefield, excuse me, you place a +1/+1 counter on creatures you control, and I think it says gain 1 vitality or vital for each creature you control, roughly, which I'm gonna guess is gain 1 life. I mean, yeah, I mean it is 6 mana, it is a 3/6, but again, I mean you put this in a deck, it's gonna blink this thing a lot. When it comes in plays, everything gets +1/+1 counters, and you gain life. Like, I mean it's a white card, so it goes in a white deck with Yorion and yada yada yada. Be a powerful commander too. So yeah, there's that. Uh, so I don't know how I feel about this. This is definitely a commander card. I don't see this making a splash in any of the older formats. 6 mana is way too much. But then again, Yorion's 5, so the heck do I know. And then finally, we have one card left. And that card is a very bad picture of Frodo, Sorin's Bane. So 1 white for a 1/2. That's a rare legendary creature, halfling citizen. So bear with me here. It's very weird. For a white and or black twice, if Frodo, Sauron's Bane, is a citizen, it becomes a halfling scout with base power 2/3. Okay, so basically for 3 mana, you get a 2/3 with lifelink. Not the best thing in the world. And then for 3 black, if Frodo's a scout, which means you've leveled him up already, he becomes a halfling rogue with whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, that player loses the game if the ring has tempted you 4 or more times this game. Otherwise, the ring tempts you. So, basically, so on turn 3, you can turn him into something that if you damage your opponent with him 4 times, they'll auto lose the game. One thing I find interesting about this, it talks about the ring tempting you. I think there's going to be a theme to that in this set where there'll be several cards that will do things like the ring will tempt you. I mean, maybe there won't be, but it would be a neat mechanic to add that, I don't know. I mean, we just got Proliferate and Poison back with Toxic, and it's just wreaking havoc everywhere. So I don't see this being much worse. I mean, because it's easy. He's easily blockable, so it's not like it's a big deal. He's not that hard to kill. He's a 1 power, so you can fatal push him. Heck, he's only a 2/3. You can even bolt him. So it doesn't seem very overpowered, but does have a unique mechanic that kind of gives you that Lord of the Ring feel when you play. So it is kind of nice on the flavor side, and does give more alternate win conditions, for those of you who like it. So pretty neat. I do like it. I think the one thing about this I don't like is they're really taking, and maybe this is just me being movie me, because I'm a geek in several things. I love the books too, but once I got a visual movie representation of what these guys look like, to me that's what these guys look like. But yeah. Anyhow, I think it's fun. It looks kind of neat. Uh, I mean, at the end of the day, this is for Eternal and Commander. Probably more for Commander than anybody. So, it is what it is. So there you have it. We have Commander Masters and we have Lord of the Rings, which is apparently going to be another Commander set, which will probably sneak its way into the older sets and break formats, much like Initiative did in Legacy. Imagine that. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. If I find out any more, I'll let you know. So until next time, be kind. And as always, hope to see you across from the game table. Maybe tempting you with this ring. But I'm bump. I'm going to put a ring on it.